Reuniting old characters is something many shows are doing right now. We had a taste in Star Trek Picard Season 1, however with the upcoming 3rd season of Picard, we're heading for a big reunion. Though Star Trek Voyager fans have wanted 2 characters to meet for some time, with both of them now being prominent again in modern Star Trek, it's about time Admiral Janeway reunites with 7 of 9. Welcome to Trek Central, I'm your host Captain Jack, and let's get into it. Before we dive into this video, if you want to keep up to date with the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from myself and the team here at Trek Central. Don't forget, you can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Star Trek universe. But as always, please share your thoughts with us down below in the comment section, because if you're talking Star Trek, we want to hear about it. Okay? Engage. This video is brought to you by the Amazon App Store and Star Trek Fleet Command, so a big thank you to them for sponsoring this video. The Amazon App Store is the best place to play a mobile game like Star Trek Fleet Command, because you can save up to 20% off in-app and in-game purchases using Amazon coins. In Star Trek Fleet Command, you can hop online and explore the universe with your favourite crew members, like Captain Kirk. Also in your favourite ships like the USS Enterprise. Check out Star Trek Fleet Command and join the galaxy with millions of other players by clicking the link down below in the video description. Make sure to scroll down a link which will tell you about Amazon coin savings. An example is 10,000 Amazon coins for $82. That's $100 of spending for only $82. You can also discover all Amazon coin packs for other games, not just Star Trek Fleet Command. Once again, thank you to the Amazon App Store and Star Trek Fleet Command for sponsoring this video. Mulgrew is back as Admiral Kathryn Janeway in animated form. She's playing versions of a character in Star Trek Prodigy. The animated show is set just shy of 20 years before Star Trek Picard. However, on the other end, we've got Jeri Ryan. She returned in 2020 for Picard Season 1. Both of these characters have changed since they were on board the USS Voyager. Many are asking for a 7 of 9 spin-off show, which is awesome. While many are waiting to see Picard Season 3, and if it will give us a live-action reunion, it's just happened in comic book form. The 3rd and final issue of Star Trek Picard Stargazer had an epilogue. With the main story element concluded, 7 is out and about with her Fenris Rangers. However, this does not fully mean she's waved goodbye to Starfleet fully. While Jean-Luc Picard tried to recruit her and failed, someone else had to have a go. Janeway makes contact with 7 of 9. The Admiral seems taken back by 7 not going to the door marked Starfleet. Therefore, might we presume Janeway will try and change 7's mind? She does mention in the comic that she just wants to talk. However, might we see a connection between this comic and Picard Season 3? Looking at Star Trek Picard Season 3, we can see 7 of 9 is in Starfleet. Following her acting Captain Sint in the Season 2 finale, she's promoted to full commander. However, she's no longer on board the USS Stargazer. Instead, she's now assigned to the USS Titan A. Therefore, 7 is on board our new hero ship for the upcoming season. But how did she get here? We must remember that the Picard comic book occurs between Season 2 and Season 3. Fans have been asking for more 7 of 9. Following Jeri Ryan's acting as Star Trek Picard and the series ending, fans don't want to let go of her again. However, many have asked for a spin-off series following 7 and Raffi Musica, played by Michelle Hurd. Picard's show on Terry Matalas is a reception of many of these fan demands. Currently, it does not look like there's much movement on this idea. However, might this comic be hinting at something coming down the line? Lately, studios have been experimenting with limited series. Disney and Lucasfilm have run some new Star Wars series as limited. An example of this is Obi-Wan Kenobi series with Ewan McGregor. However, we've also got the upcoming Ahsoka series with Rosario Dawson. The idea behind these limited series is to tell a short story in a confined number of seasons or episodes. We currently have Star Wars Andor airing, which is limited to only 2 seasons for storytelling aspects, given a movie takes place and kills off the character. Spoiler warning. Perhaps Star Trek is about to experiment with this. Paramount has already ventured into doing short stories. The Star Trek short treks happened for a while. However, might they be looking at a limited 7 of 9 Star Trek series? The question is, how would this work? Well, for one, this comic might have given us the answer. Fans of 7 was originally asking for a Fenris Rangers style series, something different to shake it up a bit more. We only have Janeway in animation. However, recently Mulgrew has been very vocal about coming back as live-action Janeway. While Star Trek Prodigy is Mulgrew's current Janeway home, the actress has been dropping hints here and there. Mulgrew has previously said that it's really up to the fans if they want to see a live-action Janeway return. However, at New York Comic Con 2022, we learned more. Franchise boss Alex Kurtzman revealed he had an idea for the return of Janeway. Perhaps fans will get the wish that Janeway reunites with 7 of 9. Now, we don't know what his idea has been about. This aligns with Mulgrew saying there had been conversations about Janeway's return.
I would say very simply, that's up to you. There are talks, there are conversations. Have I been offered anything directly? No. I think they're looking at Picard, they're looking at the value of Picard, and looking at the reaction to Picard. I'm sure all of you loved him, didn't you? I don't know what they're thinking, but I think that Janeway was one of a kind, right? I don't know, but I do think it is up to you, as much as it is up to
It does mean that creatives have been looking at ways for Janeway to return. However, there is still a possibility of a cameo for the character in the upcoming 3rd season of Picard. There is also the possibility of Janeway fitting into the next Star Trek series. Now of course, the logical approach might be to use both Kate Mulgrew and Jerry Ryan. A series of both of the Voyager era characters would be fantastic. The Star Trek Picard Stargazer comic book may have hinted at what we might be seeing in the coming years. Terry Matalas has said that he's not just supporting the idea of a 7 of 9 spin-off, but rather spearheading it. Therefore, might we be expecting something to be announced in 2023? The Star Trek Las Vegas 2022 convention took place only a few months ago. Star Trek Voyager's Kate Mulgrew beamed down to talk to fans about her character and the shows. However, one fan asked the question we've all been dying to do, and that is if the actress had any talks about doing a Star Trek Janeway series. Following crowd applause and cheers, Mulgrew chose to answer the question. She reminded fans that it's simply up to you. It's an essential reminder that Star Trek fans are one of the reasons Anson Mount, Ethan Peck and Rebecca Romaine got the Star Trek Strange New World series. Fan support is a driving factor in making decisions on the new Star Trek series, as revealed by both Alex Kurtzman and Picard showrunner Terry Matalas. Mulgrew revealed there are talks and that there had been conversations. This might mean the idea of a Star Trek Janeway limited series has been considered. However, the actress confirmed that she has not been offered anything directly as of that time. She did say that the creators are looking at the value of Picard as a series. Ultimately, she informs fans it's up to them as much as it's up to her. But what is next for Captain Janeway, or rather Admiral Janeway should we say? First, if we do see a Star Trek Janeway series, this will have to coordinate with Star Trek Prodigy. The writing team on the animated series is currently playing with Janeway in their sandbox. Where would this Janeway series even be set? Perhaps in Star Trek Picard's time, the 2400s? One storyline could revolve around the Borg. Janeway dealt with them in the Delta Quadrant during a Voyager's journey home. However, with Picard Season 2 now introducing a new faction of the Borg, perhaps it's time for Janeway to beam down and deal with them once and for all. That sounds menacing, you get what I mean. Additionally, perhaps a return to the Delta Quadrant. With Star Trek Picard ending, we've got to hope to see more of 7 of 9. Additionally, we wish for a live-action Janeway. Thankfully, we've got Star Trek Prodigy to fill our Janeway wishes. However, as Mulgrew pointed out, perhaps it is down to fans. We've already seen the power of the Star Trek fandom beforehand. Many became very vocal about Captain Pike, aka Anson Mount, getting his own spin-off. Eventually, Strange New Worlds was born, so anything seems possible these days in this fandom, apart from international distribution deals, but hey ho. Star Trek Picard Season 3 premieres on February 16th, 2023, but will fans get a wish that JANEWAY reunites with 7 of 9? We'll need to wait and see. So what do you think of our news and theory? Are we going to be getting a cameo from Janeway in live action form sometime soon? Or perhaps a new series of the character? Who knows? If you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media or join our community Discord server. But for now, I've been Captain Jack and I will see you very soon. Live long and prosper my Trekkies. Goodbye.